Welcome back, everybody. This is Movies and Beyond. I'm Callum, and this is a review of the Continental Episode 2. Now, before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you've liked this video, because I love the numbers. They make me happy. Also, we did a review last week of the Continental. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. Because last week I was very middle on the episode. I didn't think it were bad, but I didn't think it was I didn't think it were really, really good as well. It was quite disappointing because it's not the show I wanted it to be. Now, can it become something better than what I wanted it to be? Absolutely. I don't see why it shouldn't. Because I'll tell you right now, this week's episode, massive step up in quality. I actually really enjoyed this week's episode. I still don't think it's at the heights of a John Wick film. That's what we're going to compare it to because it's in the same universe. I still don't think it's at them heights, but a big improvement. And I tell you what, really, really got me excited for next week. Very excited for next week's episode. But yeah, let's just jump into it a bit more. Things I actually quite liked about this episode. I liked the action last week. I loved it this week. I thought the action was a whole lot better this week. And I liked last week's action, but I think it was very good this week. I'm a simple man to please. Show me good action and I will watch that for hours and hours and hours. So, yeah, good action. Colin Woodall, I believe it is, who plays the young Winston. Great again. I really enjoyed him last week, and I've really enjoyed him this episode as well. The guy who plays the young Sharon, pretty good as well. He's got some really good scenes in this episode. Some very good emotional scenes, stuff about his father, and his father sending him to New York, and how happy he is that his son's made it. Some great stuff there as well. And let's just say Mel Gibson's Cromac has a smashing scene at the end of this. I loved it. He really brought it in, that scene. Yeah, it's a bit fucking crazy, but who don't like a bit fucking crazy? I love it. Now, a few things is this episode. It was about an hour and 20. I was going to review it last night, but we saw The Creator last night, and then the Continental. I watched that after. Didn't really have time to review it then because I had to go to sleep and go to work the next day, but I'm doing it now, but yeah, no. I think the runtime worked a bit better with this episode as it did last week's, long episode. Felt like it dragged a bit. This week, the pace was pretty good, The stuff with the Bowery stuff was great, obviously. The stuff before Lawrence Fishburne's character, stuff related to that in the main John Wick series. That were great. I like seeing the evolution of that stuff as well. Now, although I'm excited for next week, I still don't think this show has been amazing. But it's got potential to be remembered very fondly if next week's episode knocks it out of the park. And from what it's, looks like it's going to be, it looks like they are going head on with the Continental and just taking on the Continental, then I am happy with that. I want to see like a full-on fight in the Continental, like we got with John Wick 3. That when the Continental was like under siege there, and more of that. If they can give us more of that, then yeah. And I'm actually getting more invested in this story of how Winston is going to take power in the Continental, because Obviously, Chromax upset the high table. So, are they going to let Winston go in, do the dirty work for him, per se, and then go, alright, now this hotel's yours? And how will the people, around him that he's gathered against the Continental, how will they, feel about that? So there's going to be some quite interesting stuff set up in next week's episode. Obviously, it's the last episode next week. It says here, 3-part event. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Like I say, I'm excited though. I can't wait for next week's episode. But, that'll do. Just a quick review. We will be reviewing Gen V today. I have seen one episode. I'm going to go down and see the rest with Kyle when he gets off work. Now, next week's review schedule is going to be a bit weird. I'm going to try and do them all Friday when it all comes out, because there's going to be the final episode of the Continental, there's going to be the next episode of Gen V, and there's going to be the first episode of Loki Season 2. So, I'm going to have to try and work around that, but I think I'll manage just fine. But yeah, anyway, let us know what you thought of the Continental Episode 2. Was you a fan of this episode? Did you not like this episode? Did you not like last week's episode? And did you actually really enjoy this one like myself? Or did you like last week's episode and not like this one? Let us know down below how you're thinking. How you feeling about this episode. I'd be really interested to know. Because I can imagine a few people give up on it after the first episode, but said it before, I'll give any show 3 episodes. Luckily for the Continental, it's only 3 episodes long, so yeah. Anyway, I will see you guys hopefully in the Gen V review, which we will be doing next, so see you later.